All right. I'm excited for this one. I've been really, really waiting to do this classic mixtape album. Now, this is an album, right?
Yeah.
Classic album review. We're doing these every single week. Make sure to put down below in the comments what you want us to do next. This week, it is self-titled by Playboi Carti.
Yeah.
An album that I think was really, really pivotal to our generation. Started off one of the craziest careers, craziest project runs that we have currently right now. Obviously, Carti has went crazy with Opium, put on King Carson, Destroy Lonely. I think that we knew he was going to be different at this point in time, but I don't know if we saw all of this happening. This started off for him, really.
Totally. I think we all remember probably where we were when we heard Magnolia for the first time.
100%.
You know
100%.
what I mean? And like the feeling we got when we kind of went back through and listened to this total new vibe.
Yeah.
You know. Also, I forget how kind of left of center Carti has gone. And that's not a bad thing at all. But you go back to this project and you're like, oh, this sounds like 2016. This sounds like 2017. This kind of sounds like what was going on. You know, he's different, but it's more familiar.
I think that it's what was going on because he was the influential artist. Mm-hmm. Him and Uzi. Because I really do think that compared to a lot of other shit that was going on, obviously it was the SoundCloud era of music, but I don't know how many people are making music like him.
Yeah.
Carti's kind of always been ahead of the curve, and I think that no project sounds the same. So when he's doing that, he always has to push his sound, and they all kind of do have a through line with like his voice and his energy and kind of how he likes to rap over shit. But from a production standpoint, I don't know. He's got more rock star a little bit. This is definitely trap influence, but it's very fun, very vibrant, very colorful production. Did Pierre do multiple songs on this?
Yeah, he did a good portion of this.
Yeah, this is Atlanta, but like the weird side of Atlanta, you know? Mm-hmm. While Thug and Gunna and Baby and all them were coming up, this nigga was on some whole other shit. So literally shout out that song on this album. But yeah, I mean, how did you guys feel listening to it? Does it hold up right now?
It definitely holds up.
Yeah.
I mean, it is hard because I do think because Carti has gone through so many different phases, like every single day of the week, it could be into something different, right?
Yeah.
Like obviously we're going to get into his other stuff later, but sometimes I'm really in the mood for a Whole Lotta Red and like a song like Vamp Anthem, you know what I'm saying? Which is like super weird.
I love Carti. I don't know if I'm in the mood for Vamp Anthem.
No, it's like
that's such a good song.
It's such a weird song at first, and then it just gets so catchy, gets stuck in your head and all that. But I feel like this is a classic project. Like this is a very classic project. Like Spencer said, very of the time, even though he was different and like the way he was ad-libbing and the way he was rapping over stuff and his cadence was different than other rappers, it sounds very SoundCloud.
Yeah.
Tracks like Yamin, Kelly K, Woke Up Like This, obviously instant classic, you know what I mean?
Like
and I think that was really what drove the project for me, because like when I first heard it, I wasn't so sure. But I think assisted by Uzi, I feel like Carti made way more sense to me at the time.
Man,
you know what I mean?
I went back to this and I was like, yeah, there's no real misses on here. Mm-hmm. I was blown away. Like I thoroughly enjoyed this. What did this project for me was actually half and half.
Yeah.
Because like a lot of situations, I remember being a kid and I saw Tyler say like he went to Rolling Loud or something like that, and he's like, I have to see Carti do half and half. And I remember the project had been out and people had been talking about it. Obviously, I heard Magnolia, but I hadn't like really dove in. And I was like, let me see. And New Chopper was also a huge one for me.
Yeah.
Crazy Rocky verse, insane beat. He's obviously talking his shit on there. But I go back and I'm listening to the deeper cuts, and that just made me a huge fan. And then I do that shit now.
Yeah.
Today. That's one of my favorite songs to drive to. Yeah, we can talk about all of our favorite shit later.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I think I went back and I was like, this might be his best album.
Yeah.
There's been a lot said about Whole Lotta Red, but when I was reflecting, and Dilit.
Yeah.
But when I was going through this, I was like, this is a much more concise, to the point, cohesive project. And I think I enjoy listening to this front to back more than Whole Lotta Red.
I think that this also shines a light on how insane what Carti's done has been. Because if you say any of those three projects, and those are his only three projects, are his best, there's a legit argument for all three.
Yeah.
I think that he really is a special artist, and I think that he hasn't done it in a traditional way. He's he's kind of the only person to really embody that rock star persona that everyone talks about in rap music. I don't know anyone else who really lives and breathes it and like does it in like everything as much as Carti. Maybe Uzi a little bit. This also shines a light on how insane what Carti's done has been. Because if you say any of those 3 projects, and those are his only 3 projects, are his best, there's a legit argument for all 3.
Yeah.
I think that he really is a special artist, and I think that he hasn't done it in a traditional way. He's kind of the only person to really embody that rock star persona that everyone talks about in rap music. I don't know anyone else who really lives and breathes it and like does it in like everything as much as Carti. Maybe Uzi a little bit.
Yeah, a little bit, but I feel you. He's super punk to the core.
But this is really so. I think this might be my favorite too.
Yeah,
this might be his best. I think this could be. Die Lit is hard,
and that's why I was so excited for 2024 music, because all those snippets were giving me, not sonic wise, but the energy they were giving me was this project.
I agree. I agree.
It felt like, I don't know, because he's always pushing boundaries, right? But it almost felt like more like traditional in a sense. Like the music we were getting was like, it was coming from a place where I already understood it, you know? Whereas like I had to get into a whole lot of red. And like Die Lit was obviously like, you know, a great project, but I don't know, like what Spencer's saying with like this project, what is coming out of the 2024 music era feels more concise and to the point.
I see where you're coming from. I have a question. Do they feel like the same person? Like
yeah,
this Carti now,
to me,
right? Okay. What do you think?
Compared to 2024 music?
Like when you hear this and when you hear where he's at now, do these feel like the same artist?
I'm gonna say no, because sonically he's changed.
I think that like when I go back to this is and I think it's a thing with me where like if you ask me my favorite Kanye album is like College Dropout probably. I think that this was talent just like trying shit. You know, like he's a young fly nigga. He's like kind of just like, I don't think he had any goal in mind with this. He's just like, yo, I'm the flyest nigga out right now and I want to put that shit on wax and let niggas know, you know? And then when you get to Die Lit, when you get to Whole Lotta Red, I think that's when you get to the artist, Playboi Carti. Right. You know, and I think he has a lot more intention now. And I don't know if that's led to my favorite music of his career necessarily, but it does show evolution. And I like that he's not still talking. It doesn't feel like he's talking about the same shit or taking like, I have more appreciation for the new music after going back and hearing this, you know? He has grown a lot as an artist to me.
What's your favorite song on here? Just one.
Oh, say you go first.
Favorite song?
Yeah.
I don't want to be mainstream, bro, but I think Woke Up Like This is probably my favorite song, to be honest. Because like I said, bro, I feel like when I heard this project, took me a few listens, but I think that song was the song that drove me into like understanding Carti. Because I think Uzi is a very good foil to like what he was doing at the time, you know?
Yeah,
and
definitely.
it was interesting because even at the time, like, I think Uzi even said like, Carti's gonna be next. Like he's gonna be the one. And I didn't get it. And then I heard that song and I was like, all right, like this is just a new wave. Let me take a few more listens. Let me dive in.
Yeah.
All right. I can only pick one. I'm gonna say half and half. I'm gonna say half and half probably, but Do That Shit is close. But I'll say half and half.
That's a great song. Location has always been my favorite.
Touch on my neck and my arm.
From the very start, that was such a different sound that I had never heard in rap, bro. That changed a lot of shit for me.
Let It Go was crazy. I mean, bro, but okay, so when we went back and listened though, the one that popped out to me that I wasn't like in love with the first time or it just grew on me a lot was Number 9.
Okay.
I love that one when we went back. And Let It Go was another one.
Yeah, I got Kelly K.
Yeah.
Because that's not one that I had ever really liked before.
No, that's a great song.
White Ho, let's go.
Flex is great. Oh, Lame Niggas. Also.
Oh, I've always liked that one.
Lame Niggas is a tough one too. This is a great project. I mean, this might be one of the best debuts of all time.
That's saying a lot. I think a lot of people make their best album their first. You know, because that's the whole thing. Everyone says that. Like
you don't think this is a top 20 hip hop debut album ever?
Okay, top 20.
Yeah, it's a pretty big range.
Yeah, you might. You. Could
That's an
probably have that.
accomplishment. To be a top 20 hip hop debut ever is a very big accomplishment.
But it's like most people. If you think about most of the big dogs, the best shit was their first shit.
Like who?
Kanye.
But I don't think people agree with that.
I guess you're right.
You know, I think this is low key. You could argue. You wouldn't say okay. Is top 10 crazy? Top 10 hip hop debut?
Top 10 feels crazy, but
Give me 10 better.
I'm not mad at it, and I'm not gonna be able to rattle 10. Well,
10 better on the spot is wild.
36 Chambers.
You don't believe that?
College
No,
Dropout.
we good.
What?
You don't believe 36 Chambers is better than this?
No, but you asked for 10 better.
No, but listen to 36 Chambers and listen to this, and you're saying you're putting 36 Chambers over this. Be
I
real.
like this better.
No disrespect to Wu-Tang. Shout out you. This is to me, my opinion. I could be wrong. This is better than 36 Chambers.
I think that like is a wrong opinion. Look, I think you can totally have it.
Why can't you argue? What do you think is better?
This
So why would you not argue that opinion?
because I think that is like one of the most influential albums in hip hop history. I don't
So
think
is
this has not had enough time to become that yet.
But is it gonna be one of them?
Yeah, probably.
So then why would you not argue
All
that
right,
point?
you can have it. I don't want to fight with you today.
Light turned off.
Nice.
You guys.
I mean, to your point, Miles, it is hard to think of 10 debuts that are better. I mean, obviously Kendrick, Section 80, but like,
I think Section 80 is on par with this. I think this
ooh,
might
that
be
is
better
a-
than Section
That is
80.
a terrible take, bro.
No, it's not.
It's
Ronald
an-
Reagan
it's
Era is a
an-
bad song.
It's insane.
Ronald Reagan Era is the worst song ever.
That's not.
Ronald Reagan Era is unlistenable. There's not a single unlistenable song on here.
That's not unlistenable.
Ronald Reagan Era sucks. Osei couldn't name 3 songs on Section 80.
Stop being mean.
Miles, let me tell you something, young man. One day, you're gonna grow up, and hopefully, I'm here for that day.
I hope so too.
But I don't think I will be.
Anyone have anything else on self-titled?
It's an amazing, amazing project. Can't wait for new Carti music.